Hello, everybody. Sean McNown here. I'm sorry I'm not there to see your faces, but I'm still going to play you some songs. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, and the mountains should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me.
Thank you, Sean. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff Cardwell. I am your Greater Kansas City Chapter Chair, and I wanted to welcome everyone to the 2020 Out of the Darkness Community Experience. And, I'm so happy that everyone's been able to join us today. The one thing I wanted to share with you folks is that, number one, is this is our 13th annual Out of the Darkness Walk for Kansas City. And that is incredible. When you think about where we've started and how far we've come, it's pretty amazing. For those of you who've joined with us in the past, first of all, I want to say thank you for adapting to this new change due to the pandemic and social distancing guidelines, etc. For those of you who this is your first year joining us, I hope that you find this experience, number one, healing, and number two, I hope you folks come back and join us again next year. So thank you all for joining us. Now, after our live stream experience, one of the things I want everyone to do is we still want to walk, okay? And, whether you go to, through your neighborhood or one of your local parks, please go out and walk and take some pictures or some videos, share those to our Facebook page, because we'd love to see everyone out there participating and love to see what you folks do. Maybe I'll even take some of these videos and photographs and make a montage, if you will, and share that to the Facebook page as well. So get on out there and walk. And the other thing I wanted to share with you, with this being so different, one of the things that I'm very excited about is that one of the things that hasn't changed this year is that we have the honor of once again having Nick Vassos from Fox 4 News joining us today as our MC. So I'm going to bring Mr. Nick Vassos. How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you, Jeff? It is great to see you. Thank you so much.
Oh, you bet. Thank you. Thank you. So my goodness, it's, of course we want to try to keep things as normal as possible. And you were our number one on the list, along with a lot of the other folks we have today, to have you back. And how many years have you been with us now, Nick?
Jeff, I think it's my 8th year. And
That is
once
awesome.
again, I am here in this first weekend in October for my brother Mike, and also for
Mhm.
my colleague Don, who I was introduced to AFSP because of those circumstances and because of the loss of my brother and my dear friend. So, and I've met
Yeah.
you and Barb and Caroline and so many others who have lost loved ones to
Mhm.
suicide. It's bittersweet, but it really is a remembrance and um, a way to share your loved ones with people who know what you're going through. So
Absolutely.
it's a wonderful time, and I'm really happy to be back and to see your faces, even if it's virtually. I'm so happy to be here. How about you? Now you're the chair
Uh-huh.
of the Greater Kansas City AFSB. Tell us about how you got involved, Jeff.
Well, me and my wife, we unfortunately we lost our 27-year-old son David to suicide just over 8 years ago, and so we found AFSP about 3 months after David passed away, and we've never looked back. I mean, it's all about giving our son a voice and sharing that love with folks and that hope, and just letting people know that that there's help available, and it's kind of been one of the things that we did. We were living in Annapolis at the time when David passed, and when we got involved there, we ended up chairing the walk for Annapolis the very next year. And there you go.
Sorry.
That wasn't me barking. No, it's so we when we got involved, it was very to your point, bittersweet, but also very unfortunately eye-opening, because when we started going around and talking to folks about sponsoring the event or donating or getting things for raffle prizes, one of the things that we realized, again, I say unfortunately very quickly, is that this is not unique to any of us. It seemed like that almost every 9 out of 10 people, at least, that we talked to had been impacted by suicide loss. And so it was just kind of a lot of fuel for the engine, if you will, to kind of get out there and really let people know that help's available, to remove that stigma that's attached to mental illness and suicide. And so we've just kind of kept going. We went from Annapolis to St. Louis, and then now out here to Kansas City with Barb. And I tell you what, we have met some of the most wonderful people in our journey. And so I'm happy to be a part of the Greater Kansas City chapter. And just so folks know, with our Greater Kansas City chapter, you might hear a little bit more about this later, is that we actually cover the entire state of Kansas, as well as 11 counties in Missouri. And so I'm the chair for that group, and I tell you what, it's such an honor, and I tell you what, I'm also, I got quite a reputation to uphold, having, following Barb. Barb is now our area director. And so, following in her footsteps is definitely a task. So,
Yeah.
But happy you're here, Nick, and happy you're able to join us, albeit virtually. But we're going to leave it with you, and let me know if you need me to jump back in.
Yeah. All right. Great.
All right. Thank you, Nick.
Jeff, thanks so much for everything. And again, welcome everybody. This is a great time. This is a time to remember our loved ones, to say their name, to remember them, all of the good that they brought into our lives. It is also a time for all of us. We are survivors, okay, and we've suffered a great loss in our lives, and to know that you're not alone, and to know that being a survivor, that there are other survivors out there. This event, in a way, is for us. And I hate this pandemic, because every year I get to go. I would meet with hundreds, and now it's thousands of people that come to this event every year, and I would seek out new people who are here for the first time. And I would talk with them. I want to talk with them. I want to hug them. I want to hear about their loved one's name. And so everybody who is online right now, if you're here for the first time, I'm giving you a virtual hug. And I want you to say their name of your loved one as many times as you can, because it's about them, and it also is about all of us. So thank you all for being here. We have a great program here that's been put together by Barb and Jeff. And I'm so excited that we're still keeping this effort going. Okay. So again, thank you, Jeff. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce one of our board members. Her name is Erica Kaufman Wheeler, and she is going to be reading a proclamation that Mayor Quinton Lucas, the mayor of Kansas City, made. And hey, Erica, it looks like you're outside. Where
I'm
are
still
you?
outside, downtown Kansas City.
And how's the weather, Erica?
It's beautiful, Nick.
You know, I thought I saw a
Thank you
forecast
for
yesterday
that.
said rain.
It was supposed to, but it didn't.
The skies are all clear. Erica, it's great to see your face this afternoon. Share
Thank
the
you.
proclamation.
Thank you. Out of the Darkness Community Experience, October 3rd, 2020. Whereas this is the 13th annual Greater Kansas City Out of the Darkness Community Experience, and whereas in the United States, one person dies by suicide every 10.9 minutes, with 48,344 deaths by suicide in our country during 2018. And whereas in our country, suicide is the second leading cause of death for 10 to 34-year-olds, and is the 10th leading cause of death for people of all ages. And whereas each person's death by suicide in our country intimately affects at least 6 other people, with almost 300,000 newly bereaved each year, as well as impacting many other friends and community members. And whereas 54% of Americans have been affected by suicide loss, and 10.3% of Americans have thought about suicide. And whereas many of those people who died never received effective behavioral health services for many reasons, including the difficulty of assessing services by healthcare providers trained in best practices to reduce suicide risk, the stigma of using behavioral health treatment, and the stigma associated with losing a loved one to suicide. And whereas suicide does not discriminate based on age, sex, race, status, sexual orientation, or any other human characteristic. And whereas we each have a role to play in removing the stigma associated with mental illness, and when given the opportunity to be the voice for our fellow man, we will choose to be that voice of hope. Therefore, be it resolved that I, Quinton D. Lucas, Mayor of Kansas City, do hereby designate October 3rd, 2020 as Suicide Prevention Day in honor of the local chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and their Greater Kansas City Out of the Darkness Community Experience, bringing suicide prevention and awareness, removing the stigma, and bringing hope to our communities. Quinton Donald Lucas.
Erica, thank you so much. And Erica, before we let you go, tell us why you became a board member with AFSP and why you're in this organization.
I lost my dad to suicide in 2008, so it's been 12 years, and I did a few of the Out of the Darkness overnight walks, and then was able to meet Barb, and she kind of brought me into the fold. So such a great organization to be a part of.
Oh, Erica, and also tell us where you're walking today. And we know you're walking for your dad, but where are you in the city where you're walking?
Right now we're outside the Phoenix. That's why you might hear some jazz music. But we walked the riverfront trail, and we ended up at Berkeley Park, and then we walked back. So beautiful morning.
Oh, that's terrific. Erica, thank you so much for your involvement with this organization. We appreciate you, and we're thinking about you and your dad today. So, Erica,
Thank
we'll
you.
see you along the road. Thank you, Erica. That's Erica Wheeler. So, that's fantastic. Now, we would like to introduce to you a person who you've already heard her name a couple of times, Barb Mayers. She is the area director for AFSP, and also board member Sheila Gerling and her husband, Rick Gerling. These are your co-chairs for this year's experience. Hi, Barb. Hi, Rick.
Hi, Nick. How are you?
Good. We're doing great. Good to see everybody.
It's wonderful to see you. Unfortunately, not in person, but this is better than nothing.
Right. I agree. Let's keep it going. We have to.
We do. We certainly do, and we will continue to do that each year. So I thank you, Nick, Jeff, and Erica. I appreciate you taking the time out today to join us, and I just can't thank all of you guys enough who came together to put this together. And it saddens me that we can't meet in person, but I am so great we can still connect virtually. So I truly, deeply want to thank you for joining us today. American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is a national organization established in 1987. Our mission is to save lives and to bring hope to those affected by suicide. The money that we raise at our community events are so important. It helps further the national helps to further the national mission, as well as what we do for the chapter as a chapter. Our chapter, like Jeff said, covers the whole state of Kansas and 11 counties in Missouri. AFSP is the largest private funder of suicide prevention research in the country. I would like to share a few of the areas in which we fund as a chapter. We provide funding for field advocates to attend an advocacy forum in DC each year. We, as well as state capitol days, we go to Jefferson City, Missouri, and we also have a state advocacy day here in Kansas City in Topeka. So we also fund volunteers interested in facilitating training support groups. And so we send them to get facilitated training and then come on back and start their support groups here locally or throughout the whole chapter. We provide that training and send them to go and bring these support groups back to their local areas. We also provide school programs such as the More Than Sad to schools. And we have It's Real for colleges, which is very educational and beneficial for them. We also provide scholarships to volunteers so that they can attend educational programs and so much more. And our chapter is here for you. I want every one of you to know that you are not alone, and together we are saving lives. My love to all of you. And thank you once again for joining us. And I can't wait till we can meet in person again. So we will see you next year. Thank you. Sheila?
Thank you, Barb. This is the second year that Rick and I have co-chaired this walk. Last year it was pretty challenging because we were in a new location, but this year has even been more challenging. So I definitely want to thank Barb and Jeff for everything they've done, because without them, this would not be happening today. Rick and I became involved with AFSP because we lost our son, Michael. He was 26 years old, and we lost him on July 4th of 2016. Losing Michael almost destroyed us. It has definitely changed our family, and our family will never be the same. That is when I met Barb, and Barb was just an incredible woman. She brought me in, and then that brought Rick in, and we've been involved with AFSP. I'm now a board member. I've gone to the training that Barb had spoken about, and I can facilitate a support group, which I'm hoping once the pandemic is over, I can start doing that in person again. But we're all here today because we're in a group that we didn't ask to join. And now we're Michael's voice, and we're here to support all of you that are struggling and those of you that are lost survivors like us. We are all here for the same reasons: to support one another and to raise awareness about mental health and suicide prevention. Thank you all for supporting us and helping us raise funds for our cause. We will be having a silent auction online, so please watch our Facebook for more information about that. That will be coming. We have a lot of great items, and that will be coming on our Facebook page later this week. This year has been a difficult year for all of us. If you are struggling, we ask that you reach out. Please call the suicide hotline number that is scrolling on the screen. That number is 1-800-273-TALK or 800-273-8255. Or you can text TALK to 741-741. Please, if you need the help, reach out. Nick?
See you guys.
Thanks, Nick.
It's great to see you guys, and I just want to. Last year was challenges with a new location, but I have to say, you and Rick and the rest of your team did a fantastic job inside Swope Park. Last year was our biggest attended event, and we had like 3,000 people there. I know that number is bittersweet, but it's good to know that what you're doing and what Rick is doing on behalf of your son, who you hold close to you, is making a difference for a lot of people who don't know that they are not alone. So Sheila and Rick, thank you guys so much. You're doing a great job, and we so appreciate you. And we want people to check out the silent auction items. As you heard, Sheila is a direct result of that training, that valuable training that can help so many people get some answers and let them know that they are not alone. So Sheila, thank you for taking in that training. And yes, we hope we all can get together and see each other again in person and hug one another like we used to do every time that we would meet every year. So Sheila and Rick, thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Thanks, Nick.
All right, appreciate it. Okay, at this time, you guys, I would like to thank all of the incredible sponsors. You know, like a lot of what we do, and a lot of volunteers and organizations, it takes money, and without sponsors and without people helping us out, we wouldn't be able to do some of the things that we do, like what Sheila does, and getting some training to lead support groups, and also the high school programs that Barb was talking about, and even the college programs, as well as the scholarships for people to learn about how to helping other people in times of need. So what I'd like to do now is to show a video of our incredible sponsors for this year's experience, and we want to recognize their support. And when you see them, if you have an opportunity to go do some business with them, it would be fantastic. And you're also going to hear from a couple of our sponsors on why this cause is so important to them. Watch.
Thank you, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, for allowing us to be a part of this important cause that raises awareness to help prevent suicide and reduce the stigma around mental health.
Hi everyone, this is John Shaw with Kiewit. I just wanted to say that Kiewit is happy to sponsor the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention Walk for the third year in a row, and we hope that we continue to raise a lot of funds for a great cause.
Hello everybody, Sean McNown here, the musician. I'm sad that I don't get to see everybody's face this year. I know the rest of the band, they were all pretty bummed too that they couldn't make it. They're always so willing to help, including myself, to help you guys. Barb is wonderful. Everybody that helps is wonderful. I personally have had family and friends take their lives all throughout my life, and it's just too many wonderful lives have been ended way too soon. It's horrible for everybody. So anything I can do to help awareness with that, or just help anybody, happy to do so. So I hope everybody's safe. I hope I get to see you again soon.
Tremendous supporter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention here in Kansas City. He's there every year, and his band is terrific. And Sean, we were thinking about you and your family and friends, and we hope to see you in person next year as well as your bandmates. Hey, let's bring back in our fabulous chair of AFSP here in Kansas City, Mr. Jeff Cardwell. He is back with us now. And let's talk about some fundraising leaderboards, Jeff, and information about how people can get involved in the Greater Kansas chapter as a volunteer. Jeff?
Absolutely. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. So folks, I wanted to share with you right now our current leaderboard, all right, for the fundraising. So let me bring that up here for you. Currently right now, our top individual fundraisers for the Greater Kansas City Out of the Darkness Experience is in first place. As of this morning at about 10:30, Erica Wheeler raised $9,855. That is incredible. Man, that's awesome. Mark Michael in second place currently at $3,700. And then John Shaw, who you saw in the Kiewit video, who is also one of our board members, he is currently at $2,651. Our top team fundraisers as of this morning, Walking in Memory of Kenny Kaufman at $11,525. Team Tyler at $3,975. And our wonderful Children's Mercy Never Alone 2020 currently at $3,330. So we thank all of our fundraisers. We've got a lot of folks that are kicking on the heels of folks right now, so keep it going. Individual and team fundraising, just so you know, continues through December 31st of this year, okay? So the top three individual fundraisers, as well as the top three team fundraisers, will actually be on the back of the t-shirts next year. We've been doing that every year for several years now, so keep it going. Get your name or your team name on the back of those shirts. Let's keep raising those funds for this great cause. So that's number one. And then number two I wanted to share with you is volunteer opportunities. Everyone that you see here today is a volunteer, okay? And we have so many opportunities available for folks just to go beyond, just participating in our walks. Everything from helping to load trucks to tearing down an event once it's done, to all kinds of stuff, with Out of the Darkness walks, campus walks, tabling events. I've got some photos there for you to see different things going on. Education services is a great opportunity to get involved. Advocacy opportunities, and I'll share a little bit about that one with you in just a moment, as well as support services and so much more. So if you're interested in doing a little bit more and giving your loved ones a bigger voice, let us know. Email us at volunteer@afspkc.com. Let us know what area you live in. And again, we cover the entire state of Kansas and 11 counties of Missouri. So if you have family out there on the west part of Kansas, we want to spread this love all across the state, okay? So share this with them. We've got opportunities to continue to have more walks. So let us know. Volunteer@afspkc.com. And come on out and join us. It takes all of us. The more hands, the merrier. In reference to the advocacy, one of the things I wanted to share with you is that we can all get involved very easily in this area. And if you go to afsp.org/advocacy, you'll see this page that's on the bottom of the screen there that'll pop up. And it gives you an opportunity to actually register as a field advocate. Now, what is that? That will allow you to, number one, know on a national level what legislation is coming up and give you the opportunity through a few clicks of the button to actually reach out to your legislators and let them know the pieces of legislation that you'd love to see them get involved in and support. So sign up to be a field advocate. It's one of the easiest ways to get involved on a national and state level as far as reaching out to your legislators. So it's a quick sign up. And again, they send you emails when a piece of legislation is coming up, and you can get involved and let your legislators know that that's important to you. So that's what I have there. The other thing I wanted to share with you right now is we got another song from Mr. Sean McNown, our musician. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. 'Cause I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen the sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. You just gotta see me through another day. 'Cause my body's aching and my time is at hand. And I won't make it any other way. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen the sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. I've been walking my mind to an easy time, back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Where there's hours summertime on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen the sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again now. Thought I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around me now. Thought I'd see you, thought I'd see you, fire and rain now. La da da, la da da.
We are so lucky to have Sean McNown, a part of the Greater Kansas City AFSP. Sean McNown is just incomparable. He's fantastic. And Sean, if you're watching out there, how are you? I can't wait to see you again. And we really appreciate your support. Just so great to see the pictures of events past and the volunteers and the hugs and yeah, the smiles and the tears too. All of it is a part of what we do to support each other here at AFSP. Well, us survivors, we've lost someone to suicide, and initially, we struggle and still struggle to this day. We're thinking about them. We think about them every day. All of us do, and it can be tough. And mental illness, can make you feel like that you are the only one who feels this. That there's nobody out there who understands what you're going through. And really, unlike any other illnesses out there, depression and bipolar, mental illness, it's difficult for someone to know their own connection to the cause. The Out of the Darkness community experience is a journey of remembrance. We've talked about that, remembering our loved ones, and to help unite our community, to get together with survivors and to let them know that they are not alone. It's time to acknowledge the ways in which suicide and mental illness have, have acknowledged and affected our lives and our loved ones. To show our personal connection to the cause, we have something called honor beads. And if you're here for the first time, these honor beads, they're different colors, and they represent this personal connection that helps us identify others who understand our personal yet unique experience. We have a few people in our community who will share what bead colors that they wear and why they continue to walk and support this cause. Watch.
My name is Tony Hart. I wear the green because I struggle. I'm bipolar, manic depressive, and I channel what I can through music and for helping with the foundation.
My name is Sarah Hart. I wear green because I struggle. I enjoy what helps me is music and outlet.
My name is Michelle Ayers. I wear green because I struggle. It helps me get rid of the stigma when I talk about it. I love to listen to music, lots and lots of music, and I love to write down my feelings every day. It helps me get through each and every day. But always remember, when you wake up, it's a new day every day.
Hello, my name is Leslie Woods, and I wear the gold beads to represent the loss of my mother, Linda Ward, aka Leonard, to those that were very close to her. We lost her 6 years ago on September 26th. So thank you for joining the Out of the Darkness walk, and please donate to our cause. Anything would be appreciated. So please take care of yourselves and those around you. And thank you for your time.
Hi, my name is John Moraz, and I wear orange beads to symbolize the loss of a sibling. In 2003, I lost my brother Jason to suicide in February. 6 months later, we lost Justin in September. Suicide is a special kind of loss, and it's tough. So I'm appreciative for everybody taking part in today. Thank you, and take care.
My name is Carolyn Allen, and I wear the red beads for the loss of a spouse or partner. I lost my husband, Gary Allen, 10 years ago on September 3rd, 2010. This is his picture here.
My name is Claire Kanan. I wear the red beads for the loss of a spouse or partner as well. I wear them in honor of my late husband, Matt Young, who we lost to suicide on May 3rd, 2013.
I wear purple beads for the loss of a relative or a friend. My grandfather lost his life when I was 5 years old. So I wear these for him. I also wear these for my Uncle Timmy, who lost his life when I was 13 years old. My grandfather's name was Lloyd Ernest Slavin, and my uncle's name was Tim Slavin.
My name is Tony Hart, and I lost multiple friends to suicide, so I wear the purple beads for them.
My name's Kathy. I wear white beads for my son Dustin, who died by suicide on April 14th, 2019. He was 39 years old. Dustin was an amazing dad to his 3 kids, loving husband to his wife of 13 years. He was strong in his faith and a celebrated civil engineer. His death was both unexpected and devastating, and we will all miss him each and every day for the rest of our lives. This is why I wear white beads for my son Dustin.
I wear white beads for my son Damien. He took his own life June 10th of last 2019.
My name is Tony, and I'm also Damien's father. I wear white beads for him. He had just graduated and turned 18 last year before he died by suicide. I'm Tony Hart, and I wear the teal beads because I support people who struggle as well as myself, and my wife and my son who attempted and passed from suicide.
My name is Sarah Hart. I wear the beads for myself, my son, and my closest friends.
My name is Michelle Ayers. I wear the beads because I'm a survivor of suicide attempt. I started when I was 10, and every day I just keep reminding myself I'm a survivor. I got this.
My name is Claire Kanan. I wear silver beads for the loss of a first responder or military member. I wear them in honor of my late husband, Matt Young, who was a firefighter with Central Jackson County Fire Protection District. We lost him to suicide on May 3rd, 2013.
My name is Emma. I wear the blue beads in support of the cause. I am 22 and I've already lost too many people that I've met, and I want to run into against them.
Thank you all for doing that. As you can see, there's so many ways that suicide can affect everyone's life, and you could see the emotion in those video clips of people, why they were wearing those beads in honor of their loved ones. I remember my first year. I remember talking about my brother Mike and my friend and colleague Don, and I was really emotional, and I still get emotional when I talk about them. But we have to. It's part of an ongoing healing process and a way to share with other people. And I remember it was tough, and it takes courage. And every year we have someone, unfortunately, someone new who was willing to step up and to share and to talk about how suicide has affected their lives, and to talk about their loved ones, and to honor them, to remember them. Mental health and mental health disease is a hard thing. It's a tricky thing. But I hope you would agree with me that talking about it, acknowledging it, remembering them can help. It helps me, and I hope that this virtual experience, that those of you who are on our Facebook page or on our YouTube page right now we're making a connection, and that you can go back out into your own community. And if you see somebody struggling, let them know that there is help, and that there is hope, and that they can get through this. And we can do this. We can do this together through events like this, and to help one another. We have with us today someone who is going to share their personal experience. It is my honor right now to introduce our keynote speaker. for today. She is attending her first walk. This one is virtual. And Jonna Russell, she is also our suicide prevention liaison. Jonna, first off, I want to say welcome in, and I want to give you a huge, giant virtual hug. And I want to say thank you so much for being here. And we want to hear your story and why you're here. So, Jonna, thanks again for being here. Take it away.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I wasn't really into AFSP. I had heard about it, but didn't really get into it. I am a professional mental health provider at a community mental health organization in Jackson County. Like I said, I didn't know much about suicide until, unfortunately, last year on January 29th of 2019, I lost my big sister, Jody, to suicide. I was in grad school getting my master's degree in social work, and I had no idea that Jody was struggling. My life was completely derailed in a matter of minutes after a phone call. I felt like a failure as a sister and a friend and a social worker. When I finally caught my breath and was able to pull myself together as much as we can, I realized that I had to do something about this, that someone has to stand up and advocate for those who don't have that voice anymore. So I dedicated all my time to learning whatever I could about suicide, and I wanted to learn and teach others so other people would not get the same phone call that I had had. I graduated college and took a position in suicide prevention. And I promised Jody, my sister, that I would give everything I have to help save people from suicide and help support those who are struggling with mental health. So I'm here to share some tips on how to support those who are struggling with mental health, suicidal thoughts, anything. These tips could save someone's life. The first one is, I know it's very uncomfortable to ask that question, are you thinking of taking your life? But you have to ask that hard question. You have to be comfortable with asking that question. Those who are struggling, they struggle to say, help, I need help. And they won't typically do that unless you ask, you invite them into that conversation. I highly suggest that we practice that until it's no longer uncomfortable to ask that. If you are comfortable, they're more likely to be comfortable with you. And number two, just validate their feelings. Don't ever tell someone it could be worse or that they need to get over it. This individual is struggling with something so heavy, and it's almost like being stuck in a dark room with no way out, and all you can see is darkness. And sometimes suicide is the only option that they can see. Number three, don't try not to tell them to stay here for someone else. They already feel guilty for struggling with something that they can't make go away, and that they're trying to be better for everyone else. And telling someone that they need to stick around for their loved ones is only putting more pressure on them, and it's only going to make them feel worse. They are not trying to hurt anyone else. I truly believe that my sister Jody never intentionally tried to hurt me. She was in a lot of pain and just wanted it to stop. Number four, educate yourself and others on mental health. Depression is a chemical imbalance in your brain. It's not something that you can just be happy and get over. You can't just make it go away. You need the right supports. Depression is a treatable disorder with the right supports, medication, therapy, support of your loved ones. Smiling and laughing, unfortunately, is not just going to make depression and mental health go away. Number five, use the right terms. Try to avoid using the word committed suicide. Jody did not commit suicide. She died by suicide because she was struggling with depression. Using the term committed places such a negative connotation on mental health, and we are already desperately trying to lower that stigma. And unfortunately, using that word is not going to help. And number six, if you know someone who's struggling with depression, anxiety, any kind of mental illness, just check in on them. A random call or text to just let them know that you're thinking about them and that you're here to support them. When others are struggling with those suicidal thoughts and that mental health, I like to tell people, because I've been there, it's almost like being stuck in a dark room and there's no light. You can't see anything. And having that support is like someone coming in and opening that door for you, and you can kind of see some light. It's not there yet, but you can kind of see that, okay, there is a way out. And if you stick around and you continue to open that door for them with that support, hopefully they'll find their way out of there. And I just urge anyone who is struggling with mental health themselves, or if they, anyone who's struggling with suicidal thoughts, please use that suicide prevention hotline any time of the day, 24/7. Just reach out. That number is scrolling on the bottom, but in case, it's 1-800-273-8255, or you can text TALK to 741-741. I know that this is a hard time for everyone with this pandemic going on, so let your loved ones know that you're here and you're thinking about them. And stay safe, and God bless. Thank you.
That was, Jonna, that was amazing. And that is such a terrific example on those 5 things that we all can take back into our homes and into our communities, and we can spread this word, this awareness, and help others.
Yeah.
Jonna, I'm wondering, for those who just heard that, but they want to go back and they want to see it, maybe find that list that you just talked about, where can people go to find that information that you just shared with us?
So I will actually share this with Jeff, and he will post this on the Facebook page, and it'll always be there. And everybody who is watching this, you know my first name and my last name now. If you need anything, feel free to reach out to me. Find me on Facebook. There are tons of resources out there. I know they're not always easy to find, but I promise that I will sit with you and I will find everyone you need.
Yeah. And, Jonna, personally, from in working in news, at Fox 4, we made a real commitment to change, because, when it was reported, the news doesn't report suicides. And then some situations, the news does report suicides. And then when you hear the word commit, it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong. And so we as a station, our managers, me as one who's been there for almost 20 years, shows people how to report that. Died by suicide, not commit. That is not the right word to use. And I want to thank you for reminding us about that, and those very helpful tips that we can go back into our community and we can help people. So,
of course.
Yeah. Jonna, great to see your face.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you next year, even before then, as we continue on this journey to help people in our area. Great job, Jonna.
Thank you so much.
Jonna Russell with us. She is our keynote speaker here for the 13th annual AFSP Out of the Dark Walkness. Oh my gosh, that was great. Thank you. Okay, not only do we honor our loved ones, we bring awareness, but we also help raise funds and support this incredible charity. But many of us find additional ways to have a positive impact in our own community. Jennifer Turner, she is a participant of our St. Joe experience, and she's found a special way to share her hope for her community. We would like to share this video about one of the ways that she hopes to save lives and to bring hope to others. Watch.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Turner, and I'm going to show you how to make suicide prevention, suicide awareness rocks today. I do it in loving memory of my son, Alexander, Alec Turner, who we lost to suicide on August 15th, 2017. I was researching ways to have some kind of grief therapy online, some kind of craft that I could do with my hands and distract myself. And I found a page that was painting breast cancer awareness rocks. I thought it was a simple idea, something that anybody could do. And since I'm not an artist, it was something I could do pretty easy. So I watched some YouTube videos and I started making my own. Today, I'm going to show you how I do that. It's pretty simple. I go to a landscaping supply and I pick up rocks. I go through a pile and I find ones that are flat and are pretty light to carry and take with me, because these rocks are left all over St. Joseph, Missouri, where we're from. They're left all over California, where we live now. And my relatives and family and friends take them all over the world. So I want them to be fairly lightweight. You can also find them out in nature, out in parks, places that you walk where it is allowed to take rocks. You take them home and you paint them. But first you must wash them thoroughly with soap and water, and then take a white acrylic paint that you can get at Michael's, Walmart, anywhere, and prime both sides of the rock. Several coats to prime both sides of the rock. And then I usually find a design I want to do. It can be something that I just picture in my mind, or something I can find on Pinterest or Etsy or Google. And I usually do a background color. It makes the words and the message that I put on the front of the rock stand out better if I paint a background color. I then go ahead and paint the rock. And I use Craft Smart paint. And I also use these awesome Posca pens, paint pens, that do not bleed or fade in the sun. These are great. You can order them off of Amazon. You can find them occasionally at Michael's, but usually just a few colors. So it's usually easier to go ahead and order them from Amazon. You make your design on the front, and you find a message that you want to put, something that's important to you. But the most important part of this whole rock is the back. And the back of the rock has all the suicide prevention information. It has the hotline to call if you're in crisis. It also has the text number to text in crisis. And this is the most important part of the rock. I get messages all the time because I have an Alex Army Facebook page and an Instagram where people document where they put the rocks and who finds them. I get inspirational messages all the time about people who have found them and it's just made their day. Or they've had a loved one that they've lost to suicide and they have found this rock and have taken it home with them because they just felt like it was meant to be. And that's what the rocks are for. They're to give somebody a little bit of a bright spot in their day. It is there to save a person if a person is having a very dark day. But that is the most important thing. Whatever you paint and whatever you put on the rocks is fine. So you can make your own designs. I do. And then I find messages that hit home to me, something that I would like to have said to Alec that might have made him stay. That this world needs you. You are greatly loved. You are enough. You're never alone. You are worthy. And many more messages of hope. And that's what they're for. Thank you.
What a powerful and loving message. And I love that she's like from the Bob Ross of art, like there's only happy mistakes. So don't worry about what you put on one side of the rock. It's that message of support and to know that there is help and hope on the other side of that rock. That is pretty cool. We hope to see her in person next year. That's outstanding. Okay, at this time, I would like to share this resource information page with you guys. Okay, this has also been shared on the chapter Facebook page, and I think Jeff is going to put this up here. And we also want to remind you that if you have additional donations to turn in, if you need to pick up your T-shirt, if you individually raised $150 or more, and if you would like to pick up your honor beads on October 10th, okay? That's next Saturday, October 10th, It'll be between 2 and 5 p.m. Volunteers will be in the parking lot at 5300 College Boulevard in Overland Park, Kansas. The zip code there is 66211. And come by and drop off your additional donations and pick up your t-shirts and your honor beads. All right. And again, don't forget about our online auction. Information is going to be posted on the Greater Kansas American Foundation for Suicide Prevention chapter Facebook page. If you haven't already gone there and liked it, be sure you do that and share it with other people so that they can like the page as well. And now, in honor and memory of our loved ones.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
Nick, I wanted to share. I got one special encore performance from last year to share with you.
Great.
I don't know if you remember Crystal Rose.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah. So I got a late addition to the to our experience today, and I wanted to share that with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember Crystal Rose, she joined us last year and sang a song during our balloon release. And so what I want to do with this late edition is I want to share with you this wonderful video. Nick, I think you're going to enjoy this one as well. So here, ladies and gentlemen, is Crystal Rose singing Not Leaving. Small technical difficulty. It's what happens when you get a late edition like this. So, but I've got it here, folks. Hang on 2 seconds here for me.
Tell me, friend, what's on your mind? You don't have to dress it up for me. Don't be afraid to say it twice. If it's heavy on your heart, I'm here. When you're down in the valley, walking through the fire, scared to get your hopes up. When you're feeling defeated and you're feeling worthless, thinking you're alone, no. I'm not leaving. Don't get scared easy. Your soul is so damn beautiful. I only wish that you would know. I'm not leaving. It's me again, can't sleep tonight. Can you let me know if you're okay? Before you left, I saw your eyes. There's something heavy on your mind, don't hide. When you're down in the valley, walking through the fire, scared to get your hopes up. When you're feeling defeated and you're feeling worthless, thinking you're alone, no. Don't get scared easy. Your soul is so damn beautiful. I only wish that you would know. I'm not leaving. You're stronger than you'll ever know. Darling, you are not alone. Your soul is so damn beautiful. I only wish that you know. You're stronger than you'll ever know. And darling, you are not alone. Your soul is so damn beautiful. Your soul is so damn beautiful. Not leaving. Don't get scared easy. Your soul is so damn beautiful. I only wish that you would know. I'm not leaving.
Crystal Rose. Crystal Rose. Wow. Oh, I remember her from last year. It's just beautiful. And did you see those t-shirts that say, I have time to listen? I love those t-shirts. Oh, I can't wait till we all can get back again and be around one another and talk and to share. So, Crystal, thank you so much. And thank you, Jeff. You just saved my bacon there for our big program here today. Hey, at this time, let's get back to this resource information page for you, okay? There's also, it's been shared on our Facebook page here. Again, we showed this to you a little bit earlier, but again, it's worth mentioning again, as an individual, if you've raised more than $150 and you would like to pick up your honor beads on the 10th, which is next Saturday, we're going to have people out there standing by to deliver your t-shirt and your beads between 2 and 5 o'clock. Volunteers will be in the parking lot, again, at 5300 College Boulevard in Overland Park. The zip code there is 66211. Come by, drop off your additional donations. If you've been inspired what you've seen today, come on by. Grab some donations from your neighbors, from your family, from your friends, your workmates, and then come by and pick up your honor beads. And don't forget to watch the online silent auction, okay, you guys? And you got to watch our Facebook page. The information is going to be posted there on the Greater Kansas American Foundation for Suicide Prevention Facebook page, all right? And now, as we get close here towards the end of our program, we want to honor the memory of our loved ones lost. Please join me in a moment of silence as we watch this memorial video, remembering the loved ones that have been lost to suicide, including those not shown in the video and those who personally struggle. Watch. our grandmothers and grandfathers, as well as our cousins, our friends, co-workers, first responders, and our military. That was beautiful. Guys?
I tell you, that was, my goodness, that was emotional to watch.
Yep.
All the people that have been touched and that we've lost, and to know, and some of those memorial photos, to see them with their families and stuff, and to know that so many people have been impacted by their loss is why we do this, Vic. I mean, it's to save lives and to bring hope to those who've been affected by suicide. You know, it just breaks your heart.
Last year was my first year, and
So
I cried at the starting of the walk because I saw all these survivors. And today I cried because I saw the faces of all these people that we lost.
It's beyond heartbreaking. But I'm so grateful and thankful for all of you and for all of the lives that we have touched and we continue to touch. And I just want everybody to know that they're not alone, that we are here, whether you're struggling, you have a lived experience, or if you've lost somebody to suicide. And I truly hope that next year we'll all be together. Because there's nothing better than us all being together and to share this experience with one another. And so, and to walk for this wonderful cause. And so I'm typically, I wanted to tell Jeff, when we were talking about the t-shirts, typically by the day of the walk, $50 to get a t-shirt. But I'm going to extend it to next Friday.
Awesome.
So anybody who raises $150 by next Friday, they can come on out and see us on the 10th, and they can pick up their walking shirt.
All right. Did everybody hear that? Barb extended raising $150 by Friday next week to be able to get a t-shirt. Normally that stops as of yesterday, right? So you guys got a whole nother week to raise $150 and get your t-shirt.
Yeah, that's doable. So let's do it.
Yeah, I'd say so. So I look at it this way. If you're that close, ask 10 friends or 15 friends to donate $10. And you got yourself a shirt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're excited to see you next weekend. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in person that we haven't, weren't able to see today. So I appreciate all of you for joining us today and continuing to support our cause and one another. Nick, you are just always amazing. And we're so grateful and thankful to have you. And
you're not a musician, but you're a rock star.
I like that.
You like that? That's your new slogan. I'm not a musician, but I'm a rock star.
You know what? It's going into the rotation on Monday morning.
There you go. All right.
We want you to wear the gear, though, too.
Yeah.
Rockstar gear.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, I am so thankful for all of you, for Rick and Sheila. You guys, thank you so much for your hard work. Barb, your continued leadership in our area. Thank you so much. You are an incredible woman. And Jeff, I'm so thankful to you. This has been, while it's not what we want,
right,
being here for this last 90 minutes has been great. Has been great. I've been thinking about everybody, and I'm thinking about those online too. Those Facebook messages that we've seen throughout our program. Come on here. I'm issuing a challenge to those people out there. If you haven't gotten involved, if you haven't donated, come on, let's go. Get involved, donate. We'd love to hear you. Love to hear about your loved one. And we'd love for you to help reduce the stigma and help in suicide prevention. So
absolutely. Let me put up that donation page, Nick, real quick.
Perfect.
So in order to make a donation to the cause, you can go to afsp.org/KCMO. Okay. So a very simple address. It'll actually take you to our walk page. And on the right side, that blue button on the right says donate. It's very simple. Just go in and make a donation, folks. It's all about raising the funds so that we can, save lives and bring hope to those who've been affected by suicide. So again, I'm with Barb, Nick. I mean, thank you so much for joining us. I know this is not our, as you put it, our normal experience. But I tell you what, it has been absolutely incredible. So this live feed is actually going to be on our Facebook page, so folks can watch this anytime. And for those that are here local, share this with your family and friends all across the country. Let them be a part of your experience. So if you share this on Facebook with your friends and family, and I'd also, and I'm ditto with you on this too, Nick. I want to say thank you to all of our volunteers and board members for all their hard work during this challenging year. It's just been, we've had so many folks, there's too many to name, that have been a part of the planning committee and have come to planning meetings. And we just want to say thank you to everyone who had their input. It's just been, it's been incredible. And as Nick said, we're hoping to see everybody in person next year. So, and again, for those of you who this was your first year and your first experience, again, like I said at the very beginning, I hope this was healing to you, and that that you're not alone. There's many of us who are walking this journey with you, and be in touch with us. Stay, tune into our Facebook. Stay with us. It's all about us coming together as a community and sharing this love with folks. So thank you all for joining us.
And I want to give a big shout out to Jeff. I call him our producer because if it wasn't for him, this video and this event would really be struggling for me.
I appreciate that, Barb. It was my pleasure. It was
he did a tremendous work.
It's been a labor of love. So
yeah, well, we all appreciate it, and I thank Sheila and Rick.
So as a professional, Nick, how did I do?
Well, I think I might have to hand my rock star title back to you. All right, because
well, I appreciate that.
You're kind of like a producer, a director, a technical director, a floor director, a writer, and a rock star. So you have all of the titles landing on your desk, Jeff. Way to go!
And just for the record, I'm not a musician either.
So thank you, man. Great job. Great job.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Man, you bet.
Thank you guys so much. Wholeheartedly. I love you all. And we couldn't do this without you.
There you go.
So thank you guys. You have a wonderful weekend and get out and walk.
Get out and walk.
Pictures.
Don't forget to send us pictures and videos of your walk out there. We want to post them to our Facebook page.
We sure do.
Thank you again, Nick.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys.
Take care.
Bye-bye.